What's going on, guys? In this video I'm going to be showing you how to turn your Instagram viewers into cash flow, how to turn your followers into paid in fulls in your Stripe account. So if you're an online coach or online business owner, stick around, because in this video I'm going through step by step how to use Instagram DMs to grow your business to 10, 20, 30, 50k months and beyond. And just so you know that this isn't bullshit, right? My name is Matt Conway. I've been in the online business and sales space for over 10 years. I was a digital marketing consultant for Google, and in the last 2 years I've helped clients of mine like Anton go from 0 to 100k a month. Matt Enns from 5k a month to 70k a month. I've helped clients like Zach, who has under 3k followers on Instagram. I helped him go from 0 to 32k cash collected in 6 weeks by implementing the processes and systems that we use here at Sales Scaled. So if you're an online business owner and you post content on Instagram, following this process step by step can turn your viewers into cash flow. Okay, so let's get into it. Daniel right here is a client of mine that signed up 4 days ago. And the first thing I do with every client is this foundational copy, because you got to understand that your business, it's not about what you want, it's about your ideal client. It's about what they want. So when it comes to building out DM scripts, when it comes to positioning you correctly, when it comes to building out your sales process, when it comes to training your sales team, everything, it's not about you, it's not about your offer, it's all about this person, it's all about your ideal client. Okay, so the first thing we do is get super deep. Now I'm not going to go into this all right now, but taking this information, Daniel filled this out literally in the first 24 hours. It's part of our onboarding process. So using that foundational copy, we were able to go ahead and build out the rest of his DM script. And again, these DM scripts that I build out for clients, right, they've worked for the guys that I just showed you, but most likely you actually follow some of these clients of mine. Now, you don't see what they actually implement behind the scenes. What they implement behind the scenes is the stuff that I do with clients. Okay, so say Gene here went from 0 to 20k a month. Matt Enns, I already told you. Zach, right, again, 32k cash in 6 weeks. Brian, a social circle coach. Jesse, a dating coach, right? A mindset coach. Ares, right? Another dating coach here in Brandon. Seb, right? Sebastian, a dating coach with less than 2k followers. Devin, a big guy in the space. You maybe follow some of these guys, or maybe you don't. Maybe these guys are smaller players. But whether you've got a large following or a small following, like Steven here, you can implement these processes and these systems and do numbers in your business. Okay, so let's jump back in here. So the very first thing here is the opener. Okay, what you want to do in the opener, you don't want to come across pally, you don't want to do any friend zoney sort of stuff like, hey man, I saw that you follow X and Y, just wanted to connect, or hey man, cool content. You don't want to do any of that sort of stuff. What you want to do is express intent, but like make it low commitment. Okay, so what do I mean by expressing intent? Basically, don't try to hide the fact that you're a coach or that you're a service provider or you're a business owner. Don't hide that. Be like, hey man, I saw that, right? Fill in the blank. Hey man, I saw that you follow some creators in the same space regarding social confidence. That's exactly what I help clients with. In the last year, I've helped 52 people overcome approach anxiety, get laid, and find their dream partner. I actually created a 12-minute video detailing exactly how you can do the same. Drop me a thumbs up and I'll send it over. So what we want to do in the opener is as follows. Number one, we got to leverage authority. You've got to understand the trust deficit that in the modern age, there's so many claims online. Okay, and trust is lower than ever, especially if you're doing cold outreach. Now, the antidote, it's proof. The antidote is authority. Okay, authority makes everything else in marketing work. Somebody could have a worse marketing message than you, but if they're positioned correctly, if they're positioned as an authority, it'll work. Okay, so as you can see, what we want to do here is leverage authority. We want to refer to client results. Okay, if you see a DM script of mine, I actually use case studies. Okay, and I'll get my setters to actually tag clients we've worked with that are in the same niche as the prospect, right? And we'll state exactly how much money we've made them, right? And we'll have screenshots and everything in there, okay? So you got to understand that authority makes everything work. Now let's have a look further, okay? So the first thing in the DMs, right? Authority, do not pitch your service in the opener, but don't hide your intent, okay? You want to make an offer, but make it low commitment. As I showed you in Daniel's case, right, that offer is like a 12-minute video helping them overcome their approach anxiety, okay? Now, the opener, the only goal of the opener is, like, if you know your Trojan horse, your Greek history, right? The goal of the Trojan horse wasn't to defeat the army inside. The goal of the Trojan horse was to get them to open the gates. And it's the exact same thing that we're doing here. The only goal of your opener is to get the prospect to respond, right? To become responsive, okay? And when we take this frame, or when we take this approach, the prospect is going to say, sure, send it over. Okay, he's going to say, sure, send it over. As a result, he acknowledges that you're an expert in your field and that he has the problem that you have a solution for. Okay, so never do pitching in the DMs and don't do any of that friend zoney stuff. Now, once the prospect responds, you take them through the rest of this script right here. And this is what we've built out for Daniel, okay? Now, understand the following principles are literally everything. Never ask open-ended questions in the DMs. So don't ask things like, hey man, so how's your dating life going? Or how's it going on your fitness journey? Or what's the biggest block holding you back from hitting your goals? Or what's holding you back from doing those 30K months? Those are all open-ended questions, and that causes the prospect to think. We don't want to do that. We want to instead make these either or questions. In Daniel's case, once he sends in the video, cool, while I have you here, when it comes to meeting women, are you more of a dating apps kind of guy, or are you actually getting out there and approaching in real life? So we want to make every question we ask the prospect either yes or no, or either or. Example of either or is this right here, okay? When it comes to meeting women, are you an online and dating apps kind of guy, or are you more getting out there and approaching in real life? And then whatever the prospect responds with, again, we go with either or questions. Okay, say he had said, oh yeah, I'm actually getting out there and approaching. Cool, are you getting a lot of results with that? Like multiple dates every week, taking girls home, etc.? Or not nearly as much as you'd like? Again, either or. That makes it easy for the prospect to respond. They don't have to think. The answer is already there. So the prospect will just say, yeah, not as much as I'd like. And then we go, okay, cool. So do you think the big issue for you right now is actually taking action and approaching? Or is it really more about escalating and building that deep attraction with women? So whatever the prospect says, again, we gave him the answer, either or. We're going to be like, okay, interesting. Why do you think that is though? That's an open-ended question. So we want to then make it either or. Do you think it's like a lack of self-belief? Is it a fear of rejection sort of thing? Or is it really more that you just don't know what to say? And then whatever the prospect is going to say in response here, we've anticipated his answer. So if he says, oh yeah, it's a fear of rejection thing, we're going to be like, oh, well, man, look, from working with hundreds of guys, you know, I can tell you that women have a great bullshit detector, right? So it's not like the words you say really mean nothing if the man saying it isn't actually confident. So as long as that fear of rejection is an issue, you're always going to be stuck. But look, man, if you're open to it, we can get on a quick 30-minute call, right? And I'll show you how to overcome that for good. Okay, so this piece right here, right, we call this your hook point question. This right here, this is where we're justifying the call. It's so important. You've got to have a reason for why the prospect should get on the call. The prospect cannot get on the call because they think you're a cool guy. And they shouldn't be getting on a call with you to see if your service is a good fit for them. Most prospects aren't at that level of warmth yet. So what you've got to do is you've got to justify the call. Okay, you'll see that here, right? We want to use these hook point, these either or questions to get him biting down on a problem so that we can justify the call as the solution. So here's another example from a different client. Okay, this client, this is a performance coach client. Okay, so what do you think is holding you back from actually achieving peak performance, focus, and flow? Is it overwhelm, just having too much on your plate? Or is it really more to do with poor sleep? So whatever the prospect says, we've anticipated the answer. If he says sleep, well, when it comes to sleep, what's your issue? Is it falling and staying asleep, or is it more actually getting that deep quality restorative sleep that has you feeling refreshed? Whatever the prospect says, we've anticipated the response, and then we're going to position our call as the solution. So if you're open to it, man, we can do a quick Zoom coffee chat, and I'll take you through my stress and sleep assessment process. We'll identify which factors are actually affecting your sleep and how to get that handled. Okay, so many people, they hyper focus on your open. The opening is easy. What you really want to spend time and think about is these either or, these hook point questions, but most importantly, how are you going to actually justify the call? Because the greatest predictor of human behavior is a simple acronym. It's WIIFM. What's in it for me? What is actually in it for the prospect? How do they benefit from getting on this call? At the moment, you're probably saying things like, well, let's get on a call and see if you're a good fit for my coaching. Your coaching ends in 3, 4, 5, 6 months time. So the way that's positioned, he benefits in 6 months. No, he's got to benefit right now by booking in that call. So that's what you want to do. You want to position that call as the solution. Let's have a look at how we did that for Daniel, right? If the prospect said that his issue is not knowing what to say, we're going to be like, well, look, man, if you're open to it, we can do a 15-minute Zoom at some point, and I'll show you the endless opening formula and pulling protocols that I use with clients to help you get over that problem, right? Are you down to see that? Prospect says yes, okay? Or if the prospect said that his issue is lack of self-belief or fear of rejection, right? My client is going to say, so if you're open to it though, I have an approach anxiety busting blueprint that I give to clients before they get started so that they can overcome that nervousness and fear of rejection literally in 14 days. If you're open to it, man, I can get you on a free 30-minute call and I'll run you through exactly how that process works and show you how to overcome approach anxiety for good. Okay, so this is the most important piece, is how are you going to justify the call? If you're going to take one lesson from this right here, and again, understand that these lessons, like the value in here, right? This stuff has changed clients' lives, like literally. I've got Google Drive folders full of client case studies, testimonials, literally messages from clients saying, man, you changed my fucking life. This one lesson, if you apply it, right, if you learn and you just spend, right, 20 minutes thinking about how do you justify the call, if you do that, you'll start getting more calls booked and having more opportunity to close more clients. Now, I also train my clients on how to run their sales process. I review their sales calls. I train them on objection handling. I train them on how to pre-handle objections. I actually build out VSLs for clients based on their sales call recordings. I build out VSLs for them that help them pre-handle their most common objections. But none of that matters if you're not getting calls booked. Okay, so go ahead, take that one lesson, spend the time, think about how are you going to actually justify the call. If you do that one thing, you'll get more calls booked with ready to buy prospects that are actually showing up on that call with a high degree of intent. And if you do that, as long as you're not shit at sales, you'll start closing more clients. Okay, so again, I've implemented this process and this system for all of these guys. If you're a dating coach, we literally have a landing page specifically for dating coaches, cold approach clients, salescale.com/cold approach clients. This is just filled of proof specifically for dating coaches because we've worked with so many of them and we have so much proof. But this system works regardless of what niche you're in. Okay, that one lesson is worth a shit ton. Now, this next piece that I'm about to give to you is worth tens of thousands of dollars recurring every single month to you if you implement this correctly. Okay, so go down below this video and get access to the proven DM scripts that I've implemented for all of these clients. I have a folder in Lucid, right? It's actually this document right here. You'll be able to get access to this document, the proven DM scripts and the positioning secrets to help you stand out in the inbox. You combine these two things. This is what we call seductive marketing. If you combine these two things, it's extremely powerful. So go down below, click the link down below and get access to this Trojan Horse DM script. You'll actually get access to the full DM scripts that I use myself, but also that I've implemented for clients like Daniel, clients that have paid me a lot of money. You'll get access to this completely for free. So click that link below, access these systems, start implementing it, start scaling your business, start signing clients. Peace.